Welcome to our biology lesson on the cell and its environment. Today, we will learn diffusion, osmosis, hemolysis, and plasmolysis. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to demonstrate diffusion and osmosis, explain that osmosis is diffusion of water, and describe hemolysis and plasmolysis. A cell's environment is everything surrounding it, including water, dissolved substances, oxygen, nutrients, and wastes. Diffusion is the movement of particles from a region of higher concentration to a region of lower concentration. Concentration means the amount of a substance in a given space. Many particles mean high concentration, while few particles mean low concentration. Particles move randomly. Their net movement is from where they are many to where they are fewer, until they become evenly distributed. Diffusion does not require energy from the cell. It happens naturally, because particles are always moving. Diffusion occurs in gases. When perfume is sprayed, its particles spread through the air. After some time, people far from the spray can smell the perfume because the particles have diffused through the air. Diffusion also occurs in liquids. Let us use potassium permanganate crystals in water. The purple color spreads slowly through the water, even though nobody stirs it. Cells use diffusion to take in oxygen and remove carbon dioxide. Diffusion is important in breathing, gas exchange in leaves, and movement of materials into and out of cells. Quiz question. During diffusion, particles move from high concentration to low concentration. Osmosis is a special type of diffusion. It involves only water molecules. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a dilute solution to a concentrated solution through a selectively permeable membrane. Osmosis is diffusion because water molecules move from where they are more concentrated to where they are less concentrated. A selectively permeable membrane allows small water molecules to pass through, but prevents larger solute molecules from passing. A dilute solution has more water and less solute. A concentrated solution has less water and more solute. In osmosis, water moves from a dilute solution into a more concentrated solution. We can demonstrate osmosis using a non-living system called whisking tubing. The tubing contains concentrated sugar solution, while the beaker contains water. Water enters the tubing by osmosis, causing it to swell. Water passes through the selectively permeable tubing into the concentrated sugar solution, but sugar molecules cannot pass out. A potato can be used as a living osmometer because its cells contain selectively permeable membranes. The potato is placed in water, while concentrated sugar solution is kept inside its hollow. As a result, water moves inside, showing osmosis. Water enters through the potato cells by osmosis, making the liquid level rise. The potato is living material because it is made of living plant cells with selectively permeable membranes. What moves during osmosis? Sugar, salt, or water? The correct answer is water. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules. When a plant cell is placed in water, water enters the cell by osmosis. The plant cell becomes turgid, meaning firm, because its cell wall prevents it from bursting. Turgidity helps plant stems and leaves remain firm and upright. When a plant cell is placed in concentrated sugar solution, water leaves the cell by osmosis. Plasmolysis is the shrinking of a plant cell's contents away from its cell wall after losing water. In water, onion cells absorb water and become turgid. In concentrated sugar solution, water leaves the onion cells, and plasmolysis occurs. Let's test your plant cell knowledge. When the cytoplasm pulls away from the cell wall because water leaves, the process is plasmolysis. Red blood cells transport oxygen around the body. Their shape must remain normal for them to function well. When red blood cells are placed in a very dilute solution, water enters them by osmosis. Hemolysis occurs when red blood cells absorb too much water, swell, and burst. Hemolysis can reduce the number of functional red blood cells and can lead to loss of blood cells. In an isotonic solution, water enters and leaves red blood cells equally, so the cells remain normal. In a concentrated, or hypertonic solution, water leaves red blood cells and they shrink. The shrinking of red blood cells in a concentrated solution is called crenation. Scientists compare red blood cells in dilute, isotonic, and concentrated solutions. Dilute solution causes hemolysis. Isotonic solution keeps cells normal. Concentrated solution causes crenation. Plant cells have cell walls that prevent bursting, but red blood cells have no cell wall and may burst in dilute solutions. Plasmolysis happens when plant cells lose water. Hemolysis happens when red blood cells gain too much water and burst. A plant may wilt when its cells lose water by osmosis. This condition is linked to plasmolysis. Which process makes red blood cells burst in dilute solution? The answer is hemolysis. It occurs when water enters cells by osmosis. Diffusion and osmosis are essential for life. They help cells exchange gases, they absorb water, stay healthy, and help to remove wastes, essential for life. Plants absorb water from the soil through root hair cells by osmosis. This semi-permeable membrane allows water to pass through easily. In leaves, carbon dioxide and oxygen move by diffusion through small openings called stomata. Diffusion involves particles moving from high to low concentration. Osmosis involves only water moving through a selectively permeable membrane. Remember, diffusion is movement of particles, osmosis is movement of water, and plasmolysis is loss of water from plant cells. Today, we are going to define diffusion. It is the movement of particles from a high concentration to a low concentration. Osmosis is the movement of water molecules from a dilute solution to a concentrated solution through a selectively permeable membrane. Remember, water plus membrane equals osmosis. What is plasmolysis? Plasmolysis is the shrinking of the contents of a plant cell away from its cell wall to water loss. Today we will answer the question, what is hemolysis? Hemolysis is the bursting of red blood cells after too much water enters them by osmosis. In practical work, wear protective equipment, handle glass slides carefully, and use only teacher-approved materials. Our experiments show diffusion in air and water, osmosis in living and non-living materials, and the effects of solutions on cells. Revise these key words carefully. They are important for your biology quiz and examination. Particles diffuse from high to low concentration. Water moves by osmosis. Plant cells may plasmolysate, while red blood cells may undergo hemolysis. Learn it, practice it, pass your quiz. Keep revising the key terms, practice the experiments, and you will be ready for your biology test. See you in the next lesson.